right. It has been a hot minute since we've done this. But we are back. Why is that?
What?
That's weird. Oh, never mind. I think that's average. Okay. So, we are back, finally, after a 2-month hiatus. Mainly it was just mostly topic brainstorming as well as other things. But we're back. Worship couldn't join us today. And we are joined by one of our usual hosts, Jason.
Hi.
And with our secondary host, we'll just say... See, it's weird because we share the same name. I'm trying to think of something that won't cause any mix-up.
Just do what we normally do.
The other Kyle or Game Dragon.
Or just G. Does G work?
G works. I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, that's actually kind of cool. I really don't know how to put this in Blender.
Something to figure out later. Let's just take a minute, detox, and enjoy the show, huh?
Okay.
Also, if I sound different, it's because I got a new laptop, and the headphone jack is chalked, and it doesn't take... What would you say it was? 3.5?
3.5 millimeter. That's what a headphone jack is.
So, the microphone on my headset will not work with this laptop. I purchased a microphone off of Amazon that should be here within the following week, so there's that. But as of right now, you are hearing my voice through a bloody PS5 controller, because that's all I can do. Ain't technology wondrous?
Oh, God damn it.
So, before we get started, let's have a little bit of small talk. You two can kick things off. I'll be right back. Alright?
Okay. For small talk, I have an official announcement. I'm going to start working on 3D and 2D animations really soon here. I'm going to be using Blender because basically everything that's character creative related, it goes to either Blender or Maya, but Blender's free.
Yeah, it's pretty chill. What am I missing?
But I'm trying to figure out where my $10 DLC I bought for this thing is. I do not understand. Oh.
No, damn.
Do not under. I just don't get it. It says it's in my. Oh. Here we go. Huh. I'll just check that out later, cause I'm just wasting time. I'm really excited to try this out, because I already have a movie in mind I'm gonna make later on.
Oh, cool. Nice.
But it's gonna take a long time because it's just me doing it.
Exactly.
And you know what inspired me to freaking... Oh, I want to give a big fast shout out real quick for small talk. Here we go. For small talk, I want to give this... Hold on, Kyle. Because I want to give a big fast shout out to... Here we are. Ron Link. RWANLINK.
Ron. I like him.
Yeah. He is pretty cool. He makes real awesome Zelda 3D animations, and I am waiting for Hyrule's Downfall Chapter 2. I actually asked him myself yesterday, when is he going to post Chapter 2? He said sometime later this year.
Alright, I'm back. I myself
So,
muted on the thing, by the way, while I left and came
yeah.
back. So you want to
I
know?
still heard
You
you.
want to know a very good Zelda animation? It's one that I
Hyrule's
found.
Downfall.
No, there's one that I found that I shared with G, and I feel like you might find something to like in it, mainly because the person who voices Zelda in it is Barbara Dunkelman, who voices Yang and Ruby.
Oh, that. Yeah, that was pretty good.
The show is
Nice.
called Hero High, I believe.
See.
So it's basically a Legend of Zelda high school story, and it is pretty good.
Awesome.
Yep.
Send me a link to that later, will you?
Yeah. So,
I just...
how was everyone's
Right.
Christmas, huh?
It was a Christmas.
It was a Christmas.
Was a Christmas, indeed. Yeah, I think it was good.
Yeah.
I don't really remember.
It was pretty cool. I got Spider-Man Miles Morales. The gifts I got from you guys. Some money from a PlayStation card. And I'm getting some more money for it and a little bit from a friend.
So, some fun, a fun little Christmas story that we have here, before we get into the subject at hand. Jason came into some money for his PlayStation and bought the game Back for Blood. You know, made by the devs who made Left 4 Dead. They came back and they're like, let's double everything we've done with Left 4 Dead so far and make it even better. So Jason got Left 4 Dead, but what he didn't know is that his mother already bought him Back 4 Blood. I said Left 4 Dead, but Back 4 Blood. Same devs, but his mother already bought him Back 4 Blood. And on physical, nonetheless. And he's like, I know what to do here. So what he did was he called me up, told me the situation, and said that he was going to give the physical copy to me. And he did.
And she still pissed me for that.
I spent good ass money on this thing and you already bought the damn thing, you.
Yeah.
You
I'm not
person
joking.
making
She
smart
actually
decisions.
is
Why?
really mad at me for that. I didn't know she actually got me I hope this teaches you a lesson, kids. Do not buy stuff before Christmas because chances are your parents probably already got it for you. Or your guardians.
Nothing expensive or that you've told them that you want.
Exactly. I completely forgot. But in my defense, only one thing. In my defense, I forgot I asked for the game.
And that's supposed to make it better?
Alright.
I think so. But no.
Up here. So yeah, Christmas was pretty
Okay.
good. So the main gift so this is another story, but
Oh, here.
my main gift that I was gonna get for Christmas was a laptop. Not this laptop. A $2,500 Acer laptop to replace the one that I have that has a very bad cracked screen. Could not play games on it at all. It could not handle running the games, pretty much.
It couldn't handle Friday the 13th Kill Puzzle.
It could handle that. I downloaded some
Bad.
things on it that it could handle for the meantime.
I
but
know, I was joking.
Yeah, only, I believe, 2 to 3 days ago, we went into Rent-A-Center and we got this bad boy, an Acer Nitro 5.
The same I got.
Yeah, that this stream is currently running on. So, there's that.
And what's beautiful about this, you know what's the difference between them and me?
Huh.
I bought mine when it was on sale, and I paid it all at once. I paid for mine like $400 or $500 cheaper. it was on a real good sale.
So, this was actually the first Christmas where I went full in and decided to get basically everyone a Christmas present, and friends, family, and the like. And let me tell you, there is a certain rush you get when you know you're buying someone that something that they'll find fucking kick ass, you know?
I know, because if you would have taken me to Comic Shop, no doubt I would have bought it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt.
I think what it is, it's the feeling of I can't wait to see their fucking face. I think it's the feeling of that, you know? Whether it be they're gonna freak out with excitement or just be emotionally happy, you know?
Yeah.
That's a good ass feeling.
Oh, yes, indeed. Boy.
So anyway, today on the doctorate for Slice of Life, we are going to be taking a deep dive into the dark underbelly of the gaming community, the lies, scandals, and scams that have been in the recent history, for at least from the mid to early 2000s to present. I made a list of game scandals that we will be going through. Not a lot of Bethesda in here, surprisingly, but there is a lot of fucking EA in here. I'm talking like 2 or 3 isn't EA Sports. I have a list of like 15 to 16 in here.
Oh, well, that was death.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Exactly 13.
I have no idea when.
Did you do that on purpose?
What?
What?
13's unlucky.
That's okay. So, the last one's the big one. We'll get to that one. At the very last, we're going to be going in order here. If you're hearing Jason muttering in the background, he's just working on his Blender stuff right now, trying to get everything
sorry.
ready.
Sorry.
He's trying to make a smoothie.
I'm trying to figure out my $10 character creation thing I just got for Blender, and I can't find it. That's why I'm kind of muttering at the moment.
Yeah.
I already figured out how to download the files. I found it, but
Nice.
I'm trying to figure out where the character creation thing is.
I don't know. But either way, if you want, you can keep going if you want, or you can take a step back, because this is going to be a very interesting conversation. I can bet money on it. Because all of these, it's just gonna blow your mind one after another.
Here we go. That's why I wasn't moving. Dummy me.
But first, ones that are not on here. 1, the Activision Blizzard scandal. That's all over the news. The last thing you need is another pair of mouths echoing out the same shit you already know.
Mm-hmm.
So the Activision Blizzard scandal, not going to appear on here, even though that is very fucking scummy. Another one that isn't going to be in here. The work conditions of certain video game companies like NetherRealm, Activision, and the like.
Yeah, you can't make that entertaining.
Well,
Don't get us wrong, it is bad.
It's not that we can't make it entertaining. It's the fact that it's already been spoken to death. If we spoke about it, we'd just be beating a dead dev on the ground with a stick.
That was a very interesting analogy.
Someone
Yeah,
get that man
not
some
gonna
water.
lie.
Okay, anyway. So I have a list of game scandals, 13 in total, and let's get started. What do you say, boys?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So the first one that we have here is the Battlefield 3 pre-order scandal.
Do I know that one? Yeah, I think I know that.
I remember that. Yeah, I've heard of that.
So, for those who don't know, the Battlefield 3 pre-order scandal is a scandal that happened with Battlefield 3's pre-order, obviously. But, so, here's what went down. Here's what went down. Battlefield 3 was the first Battlefield game to be in the new next-gen engine. And to celebrate this achievement for the series, they were like, hey, let's take our first game, Battlefield 1942, put it in this engine, remake it from the ground up, and make it a free bonus for those who pre-order Battlefield 3. It would be multiplayer exclusive, but still.
Now, if you see where this is going, congratulations. You're smart.
Now, it's EA, of course. It's obvious, but so okay. So the day of the game's release comes. People get their games. They're excited, you know. But when the game dropped, there was no code for 1942. None on the receipt, nothing in the game. Nothing you could get with proof of purchase on any online game store. No evidence of 1942's existence with Battlefield 3. So, of course, this sparked some outrage. People went to Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, because that was still relevant. And they asked, hey, where the fuck is my bonus game?
Yep. That's what people be saying.
Exactly how. That's exactly what they said. And I quote.
So, here's what they did. They literally changed at that moment what the deal was for pre-order. They changed the deal from having 1942 with the game for free to, and I'm not joking, having the ability to purchase 1942 Remake 7 days early from its launch date.
Oh.
Bull.
Oh. They should be shocked.
Oh my god. And this is only the first sin that EA has on this fucking notepad, by the way.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, people...
Get ready, boys and girls.
People were outraged. For good reason. Matter of fact, I'm not even sure if 1942 even came out. Because I didn't keep up with that. But all I know is that the only thing that I had in my research was that they promised the game for free, they backed out of that deal, and changed it to where you still have to buy the game that you were supposed to get for free for pre-ordering an already full-price AAA game. Let me look that up.
Oh, you're gonna do it? Okay.
Battlefield 1942. Also, I now understand the title of Battlefield 2042.
Because it's 1,000 years later?
100 years later.
No, yeah. Carry the one. Yeah.
Carry the one.
Man, what was that $10 thing I bought if I can't freaking find it?
Did you download it? Because you bought it, but did you?
After I bought it, it just disappeared. The Blender thing. Okay, this is
scandal.
Did I just get ripped $10?
Yeah.
I'm about to fuck someone up.
I doubt if it was on the official Steam store, but...
Yeah, it said Hold on.
I don't know, man. Listen, let's put that on the back burner, maybe. I know.
Yeah,
you're
it's
eager.
really gonna frustrate you.
Yeah.
Set some time aside to do it on your own.
Yeah. Like for right now, just put it on the back burner for now. You can do it later, but right now, just like.
Will you help me after the thing then?
We'll help you.
Okay, thank
we
you.
could try. I don't know jack shit about Blender, but
We'll do our best.
yeah. So yeah, that's EA's first sin. And oh yeah, another one that's not going to be showing up: the Battlefield 2 loot box scandal.
You're going to have to tell me that at a later time.
The Star Wars Battlefront 2 loot box scandal.
You know what? That one is. I understand that. It's a bit overdone.
Pretty much, EA was like, "Hey, let's put super rare, super strong shit in loot boxes and make it pay to win. That way, we leech every cent out of our player base." Anyway, the next one on my notepad: EA's Project $10 plus Saboteur pre-order scandal. So, Project $10. Oh, you want scum. Oh boy, there is a lot of scum to go over here.
Yeah.
So, Project $10 was...
It was called that?
Yes.
Wow. This is bad.
So, Project $10 was EA's answer to the reselling of games. You know, not just like pirated games, which it also affected, but games that scalpers would buy and sell and stuff like that. Used games, the reselling of used games.
Yeah.
And their plan was that for a certain game, for EA titles, if you put in a copy of the game that's used, you will then be charged $10 to play that game. Or you will not be able to have access to that game.
That is cool.
So, the idea was to include a coupon code with every new game. If you did not have that code, you would have to spend $10 to obtain missing features to the game. Basically, if you lose that receipt, then congratulations, you just lost half of your game. Pretty much.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
I agree. You know why? Because we're not the soulless corporates. We're the business people. We're the people who do that.
Yeah.
Customer, that's the word.
And all of this was very evident with the pre-order of Saboteur, EA's game that was going to be coming out with this new $10 project.
How fitting.
Yeah, very fitting. Doesn't help that Saboteur was also a pretty piece of shit game, but...
Oh, no, but it makes the connection even better.
Yeah. So yeah, we went from EA just blatantly lying about their pre-order deals to EA trying to squeeze $10 out of every consumer who dare lost their receipt, to them now banning every single good player in Battlefield 1. This is the Battlefield 1 anti-cheat scandal.
Oh god, anti-cheats.
So basically what this was Battlefield 1 was given an anti-cheat system to fight against hackers, which in that time was skyrocketing in online games. More and more people were becoming aware to the idea that there are people hacking into the game and using cheats to, like, you know, give them aimbot or walls so they can see through walls and stuff like that. So they put an anti-cheat system in there.
Which in theory is a good idea, but in practice is bad.
No, anti-cheat is a very good idea to fight against hackers. Oh. Vanguard has an anti-cheat system called Ricochet, which was newly designed and developed specifically for that game. The problem is, Battlefield 1's anti-cheat was so poorly designed that all it did was pretty much read people's win-loss ratio and begin banning them because they happened to be above average at the game.
That does sound pretty bad.
Like, so that anti-cheat system was pretty much the equivalent of a noob player being stomped on by a fucking veteran player and accusing him of hacking, pretty much. What's that? You have a KD above 1.68? Looks like you're losing your account, buddy. Lord.
Okay, so dead update. Okay.
I don't really like getting stomped, but I understand it's bound to happen.
Moving on to EA's next sin. So it went from lying on pre-orders, charging people $10 extra, banning people who were good at their games, to giving people a shit port of a console game on a portable console.
That's nothing new. It's bad, but it's nothing new, really.
Yes, but you'll see why it's on here. So EA re-released Madden 06 for, I believe, PSP. I believe it was either PSP or Vita. Might have been PSP. PS3 days, I believe. So the PSP, and the port for the PSP was so buggy and god-awful, it was nearly unplayable. At some points, I believe, it even bricked people's PSPs. So
you're joking.
I am not joking. So people went online, started blasting EA with complaints and questions, and pretty much what EA told their players was, and I quote, "Deal with it."
And that's a quote?
Yes.
Oh man, the world. Such a wondrous place.
Ola jackasses, if you ask me.
It was PSP.
Oh no,
so
I was...
Let me see if I can find the exact message, because it's... Oh my god, it's...
god-awful, but absolutely hilarious?
I mean, that's not what I'm looking for. I don't understand how to fix that.
I want to see if I can find, like, the actual message.
I want to get in that freaking house, man.
Oh.
Oh, well, that's how. Cool.
Like, I can't find the exact message, but "deal with it" was at the very end. It was the last thing said in their reply. Deal with it.
That's...
Okay, now let's back away a little bit from EA and go to the ESEA, the Esports Entertainment Association.
Oh, that can't be good.
This is the Bitcoin fiasco.
It's Bitcoin. Need anything else be said?
Now, let me make this very clear. Treat your employees with respect. They are working hard to make sure your business stays afloat. They do not deserve any crap from you. This is an example of what a disgruntled employee could do. So the Bitcoin fiasco, there was a disgruntled employee of the ESEA, and there was this esports game that was released that he could code, you know? Well, turns out he put in a secret bit of code inside that game that would then mine players' accounts for Bitcoin. And he made about a good $10,000 to $100,000 in Bitcoin. I think it was even like almost close to $500,000 actually. Now that is money coming out of the players' accounts. The players.
Yeah,
that is going into this disgruntled employee's pockets.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Oh, is Jason even hearing a word I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm not really getting any
He's
reactions.
hearing, but he's not comprehending.
I'm hearing you. I'm just stunned.
Whoa.
And we're only halfway through the list. Oh, you opened Blender.
How the fuck did you know that?
Because you're a friend of mine of Steam, and I can see what my friends are doing. It gives me a notification of what you're doing.
I'm not looking for anything. I'm playing with the 2D animation.
Yeah, now this next one isn't really...
Hey, can I bring one up real quick?
I guess, if it's not on the list.
Friday 13th.
I mean, okay, so that's not really a scandal.
Well, it didn't scandal the people, but in a way, it did kind of fuck us over.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, Friday the 13th, there's two heads of Friday the 13th. There's Sean S. Cunningham, who was one of the writers, and there was Miller. Miller was the one who created the character Jason Voorhees. For the last couple years, there has been a lawsuit back and forth about who should get the right to Jason, and it was this lawsuit that pretty much iced froze any existing DLC that was coming to Friday the 13th. Basically leaving the game for dead. But you shouldn't really blame John Miller for that, or any of them involved with the lawsuit for that. If you're going to blame anyone, blame Gun Media. Because John Miller said, no, please, continue with your DLC, continue with the game, make it last as long as it possibly can. But Gun Media was so fucking afraid of the lawsuit that they said, no, we're done. We're not touching any more of that. We are scared out of our minds. We don't want to get sued too. Yeah, so we can count that as one, considering we just discussed it and all the information's pretty much out there now.
Yeah, because honestly, I've been playing with War Chief the last couple days. It's a fun game, but it's really sad because what pissed me off the most is I really wanted Jason X.
Yeah, Uber Jason.
Yeah.
And the Grendel map.
Because when I first reacted to that, I was at Kyle's house. He showed me how to get to this little sneak peek area. When I saw him, oh fuck yeah!
Yeah.
I was about to get the game when the whole thing went down. I was just about to get it.
Bloody shame.
Yeah.
And you could say that game was Left 4 Dead.
So please, developers of Friday the 13th, don't let Texas Chainsaw Massacre fall to the same hands.
Yeah, it's the same devs, so... Texas Chainsaw Massacre isn't having any legal trouble, though. If anything, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is in the finest legal stability it could possibly be in.
What about Scream?
You better knock on wood.
Well, okay, Scream... Yeah, Scream's is good, too, because the rights to Ghostface in the Scream game went to Wes Craven's family, I believe. But anyway. But yeah, but seriously, Texas Chainsaw Massacres, their rights has been tossed around everywhere. It's been tossed to freaking New Line Cinema, Platinum Dunes, Netflix now, and Legendary Pictures, which is a Warner Brothers company. So yeah, they're the rights for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's very liberal to who they hand it out to. They do not care as long as there's an idea to be had.
Okay, because the next horror game that's kind of like Friday the 13th, I want it to be a success.
Yeah. So the next scandal I have here isn't really a scandal, but it is one that kind of irks me a little bit. Now, would you folks say Nintendo is old-fashioned?
No.
Are you sure about that?
They used to be, but since the Switch came out, they've really become a lot more open and modern.
Alright. Now to yawn. Well, the reason I ask is because we're about to talk about Nintendo's copyright abuse.
Oh, that. Yeah. I hate that.
Yeah, there was.
It only makes sense when they're going to do a remake.
Yeah. So, there was a time, some of it is still happening to this day, where if you did like a playthrough of a Nintendo game or Nintendo property and monetized it, Nintendo would use copyright to take down your video for making money off of their product. Because they saw it as copyright infringement, I believe. It's eased up a little bit now. But it's still kind of prevalent today. It's a short one, but I just wanted to put that one out there. It seemed like one that would fit this criteria.
Oh, yes, and it definitely needs talking about.
Yeah. Even Cat Icarus made a joke about Nintendo's abuse of copyright laws. In one of his videos, I forgot which one, he made a reference to Super Mario 64, and then it popped up as a video can no longer be seen in your country, and he's like, right, Nintendo. Still being an old man, I see.
That's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah.
Like, for fine example, someone made a Wario character in Dreams, and when Nintendo saw that, they're like, oh, fuck that. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
They had to delete the character.
Matter of fact, Japan in general is very up the nose with their copyright laws. For example, when Space Jam New Legacy, was it?
Yeah.
The sequel to Space Jam, just call it that.
Yeah. The sequel to Space Jam. Yeah. The sequel to Space Jam. So, higher-ups of Toho Entertainment got a copy of the final print of the film and went through the entire movie, frame by frame, to make sure that Godzilla wasn't in the final cut of the film. Because, as you know, in the sequel to Space Jam, there's a whole bunch of characters from other movies that show up near the end to witness the basketball game. Like Pennywise the Clown was in there, King Kong, a bunch of other Hanna-Barbera properties as well. And Looney Tune characters, of course. But they went frame by frame of this movie, like twice, maybe several times, to make sure there wasn't a single pixel of a Godzilla in that movie.
Jeez Louise.
Oh yeah. Japan is very, very protective of their brands.
Yeah.
So the next one, this one pisses me off quite a bit, actually, this next one. Because this one is recent. This one is recent. So, this one involves Fortnite. And as soon as I saw this in my newsfeed, I'm like, you smell that? I smell a lawsuit coming.
Who doesn't?
Because guess what, boys?
Oh, shit.
The loading screen cards in Fortnite that you get, whether it be from battle passes or purchases in the in-game store, are done by different artists.
Oh, no.
These artists are being horridly underpaid for their work.
Wow.
One such artist couldn't even make a month's rent from the pay that he's been getting from them.
Oh, fuck that. I would not do that.
So I don't know any further than that, but the point is, they're not getting paid. They're not getting paid the proper amount for the work and talent that they put into their art to be in this fucking massive game.
Yeah.
Awful. Just awful. Jeez Louise. Okay, this next one, we're on the final 5. Alright?
Okay.
The next one is known as Drivergate. What's so funny?
That's just a funny name, you know. Everything's got gate at the end because it's a controversy.
Oh, yeah. So, Drivergate. This involves the release...
The only thing that doesn't have gate is Fortnite.
So...
Go ahead, Kyle, sorry.
It's okay. So, Drivergate coincides with the release of Driver 3. Driver 3 was pretty much the first. So the first Driver game came out before Grand Theft Auto 3. So this game was pretty much Grand Theft Auto before Grand Theft Auto was Grand Theft Auto. It involved third-person shooting, third-person roaming around in an open world, third-person driving. Like, it's pretty much what Grand Theft Auto 3 became and changed the franchise to be the over-the-shoulder shooter / driver that it is today.
Wow.
Now, Driver 3 came out in between San Andreas and 4, I believe.
Really?
Yeah. And it was an absolute mess because it was a rushed product. Bugs galore. Game-breaking glitches galore. Poor combat mechanics galore. It was just an absolute mess, but no one would have known that because on all gaming news outlets, this game was given 9s out of 10s across the board.
Wow.
Something smells fishy, doesn't it?
Well,
That could smell fishy, honestly.
As it turns out, the developers, well, not the developers, but the company that developed Driver 3 paid handsome amounts of money to all these gaming outlets to give it good reviews.
Oh.
To influence
bad.
people into buying the game. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest, this feels less like a conversation and just me rattling on about everything on this notepad.
No,
I'm totally
I'm
listening.
I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, you're listening, but I'm looking for like some sort of conversation about these topics.
What's there to say? That's horrible. That's shitty. Oh my god, I can't believe people would stoop to such lows.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now this
Yeah.
one,
It
Jason.
just- Well,
Go ahead.
Well, if you want me to give a review, let me talk. Well, here's the deal. Like, the main reason why I'm not talking right now is because I'm kind of multitasking. Like,
Yeah, that's why
I'm trying to.
That's why.
I just found what I was looking for all along. I just finally found it.
Oh, okay.
Well, not for Blender, but it was for something else.
Yeah.
And I actually found a new feature that I'm going to start using, and I'm actually really excited about it. But anyways, I've just been mostly stunned because I know people are fucked up, but this is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Hey, sakes.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think we should probably make it a point for future podcasts that we don't like multitask while doing this show. I think.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Kind of takes away from the conversation.
Yeah.
Eh.
Okay.
So, this next one, Jason's gonna hit home for you, because this one's about San Andreas.
I know. I already know this is not going to end well for me.
This is the GTA San Andreas hot coffee scandal.
Yeah, of course it is.
Do you know what this
The
is?
what scandal?
I do.
You know what this
Is that odd?
Okay, Jason, pay attention because this one's a doozy. So everyone knows that GTA San Andreas, when it came out, was very controversial for the time. Even to the point where Hillary Clinton was fucking talking about it. And you know you've reached
yes.
peak level of offensive if Hillary Clinton's talking about it. Anyway. Turns out it got even more steamy when modders for GTA San Andreas made a mod called the Hot Coffee mod, which introduced a new minigame to the game.
Uh-huh.
A minigame that was a QTE rhythm game featuring CJ banging his many girlfriends in the game.
Yep.
Wow. Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
He is 100% serious.
This is real.
Yeah.
Thank you. Dinner delivery.
Swear to God, I'll go out tomorrow and I will get KFC. I swear to God, man.
So yeah. Hold on, let me... San Andreas...
Oh,
Hot
people put hot coffee back
coffee.
in the game after it was taken out. You can
Wow.
find it online.
So here it is on the San Andreas wiki. Hot coffee is an unofficial name for a mini-game in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. The mini-game is not playable through normal means. The game must be modded to access. When enabled, Hot Coffee allows players, as protagonists Carl C.J. Johnson, to have animated sexual intercourse with an in-game girlfriend.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
that is indeed correct.
Hot Coffee was included in San Andreas as part of the boundary-pushing version that company president Sam Houser had for Grand Theft Auto games. So, the thing is, this mod ended up harming the sales of San Andreas when the mod first dropped.
Wow.
It was that graphic. I'm talking doggy style 24/7. Up and down. Push up and down in rhythm.
Yes, but it's very poorly animated and drawn.
Press the left mouse button to change view. Press the left shift to change position.
Oh, true.
So yeah, you could pretty much work out the entire Kama Sutra in frickin' GTA San Andreas.
Yeah, I suppose you could. I need to look up what that is. Oh well.
Okay. Now we're getting into the more seedy, jokey stuff. But the next one I have here is a Ubisoft one.
Stop the presses. We're going home.
So, there was this developer named Jade Raymond who worked for EA, their Inc., and finally landing at Ubisoft Montreal. It was there that she became a producer for Assassin's Creed and Assassin's Creed 2. Now, this might come to a shock to you gentlemen, but Jade Raymond is a female.
Jade, Mortal Kombat.
And Ubisoft Montreal wanted you to know it.
Oh no.
Because throughout the whole marketing process for the first Assassin's Creed, they made it evidently clear in their campaign that Assassin's Creed was made by a smoking hot game dev woman.
That seems like it kind of undermines the accomplishment.
Oh, it did. And
Yeah.
it offended a lot of people.
Probably, helped some other people out though. No more lonely nights.
So much to the point that someone decided to flip the old bird to Ubisoft by making I think it was either a mod of some kind, or, oh no, it was an art comic. It was a web comic that was of Ubisoft producer Jade Raymond performing various sexual acts with different video game characters.
Oh dear God, that's sad.
Yeah. Oh man, it was something. The comic has been thoroughly taken down by Ubisoft to learn their lesson about, showing off one of their real-life devs 24/7 as a marketing ploy. It's like, hey, a smoking hot blonde made this video game.
Oh, she's blonde? Oh,
Yes.
For some reason I pictured her as dark-skinned and dark-haired.
No, she's white and
Oh, well.
blonde.
Well, that makes sense. It's pretty stereotypical.
It was absurd.
Oh, yes, quite.
Up next, you're gonna love the name of this one. The Xbox Gay Wood Ban.
I'm sorry, what? Can we talk about this? I want to know more.
The Xbox Gay Wood Ban.
This isn't helping.
So, there was a guy named Richard Gaywood.
Poor guy.
Yeah, his name is Richard Gaywood.
Life must have been hard. Oh, crap.
In other words, his name is Dick Gaywood. because Dick is
I
short
thought his
for
name was
Richard.
Gay Dick.
Serious?
So Gaywood decided to use his real name as his gamer tag and called himself D. Gaywood. Microsoft saw that and banned his account because of his name. And at first, the guy had a good laugh about it because look at his last name. He knows the reason why.
Oh, yeah.
But still, he had to stand up for himself in order to get his account back. So Xbox thoroughly apologized, but couldn't unban his account because they still didn't. Because even though they know that's his real name, everyone else online does not.
Oh, wow.
So, to avoid future reports of his name, they decided to keep it banned and give him the offer of changing his name. Those were all of the smaller ones. But now,
Okay.
we have the Big Daddy. The big one. The one that a lot of people have talked about, but is just such an interesting story that you kind of have to talk about it when going over game controversies and scandals.
Is it what I think it is?
Gentlemen, we are going to talk about the crazy launch of No Man's Sky.
Holy shit, not what I was thinking.
Were you thinking Fallout 76?
You sound kind of annoyed. What do you want me to say?
No, it's just that we already talked about Fallout 76 in a different podcast, but that's why we're going with
I
No Man's
was
Sky.
thinking that.
Yeah. That's understandable.
Mainly because Jason doesn't know this story.
Oh, it is a pretty good story. It is a pretty good story.
And I rewatched Internet Historian's video of this so that I could refresh myself for this podcast. So, there once was a development team called Hello Games. Hello Games was known for smaller titles, mainly their Joe Danger series. Joe Danger was a motorcycle stunt game. It had a console release, it had a sequel, it had a freaking portable game. Pretty much it's what made Hello Games the most money. And the creation of Joe Danger was in itself an interesting story because they were an indie team of college grads who just decided to make a video game.
They're my fucking heroes.
And it got rough because their money was dwindling more and more. It got to the point when fucking what's his name? It was Sean something. Sean Murray, the lead designer, Sean Murray, an owner of Hello Games, had to sell his own home just to get more budget money for the fucking game.
Ah, yes, I recall that.
He sold his home, and
Yeah,
he bunked
wow.
in with another one of his
Right there.
one of his dev team. He bunked with someone else for the remainder of the thing. And the first weekend Joe Danger launched, made their money back instantly. I mean instantaneously. So after the Joe Danger series came and ran its course, they decided, let's make an actual game rather than this mobile game kind of stuff. So they put it out there that they were making the new game that was going to be a procedural generated game where everything was generated on the spot. Planets, procedurally generated. Animals, generated. Everything, generated randomly.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky. So they made a few announcements, one of which was some about creating their own freaking fucking I'm on my rambling side again, so I need a minute. Their own periodic table for the games for the in-game universe. This landed them in a little bit of heat with this scientist who had his own ideas about the table and stuff like that. It was like, hey, you're infringing on my copyright. They worked it out easily over lunch that day. Crisis averted. But then they also, when they released the name of the game as No Man's Sky, that got them in trouble with Sky TV because apparently they copyrighted the word sky.
It's fucking dumb.
Can you even do that? I mean, clearly they did, but
let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. What? So they're the ones that changed Dropbox to Dropbox. Dropbox was originally called Skybox, but they legally forced them to change it.
Wow. Okay. I did not know that was the case. You shouldn't be able to do that. Just copyright a word like that. It's... no.
Well, let me put it this way. This put them in this big legal battle. I forgot what. I think it was like either 3 months or 3 years of legal trouble with Sky TV. But eventually, they backed off. It was after all this and a little bit more time of dev work that Sony president, I forgot his name, fucking came to Hello Game Studio and was like, hey, we like what you're doing. Matter of fact, we want to make this a new IP. Not only do we want to make this a new IP, we want to give you a crap ton of money to build your game.
That also means that you'll be doing everything we say.
No, that also means that we want a lot of publicity for this sucker.
Oh, God. Okay, I see where this is going.
Yeah. More after this small interlude. I will be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
So, sex, right?
But
I thought you left. Damn it. I hear silverware. I'm gonna have to go soon.
Wow.
Do you have any more luck, Jay?
Games are so freaking ridiculous.
Canada? What's up with Canada?
I said the scams!
Yes.
My bad.
What? No.
Just I finally created an avatar that was for free, and I'm trying to look for him through my thing I connected him to, but I cannot get it. I don't know why it's not letting me get him. Darn it, make me mad. Oh, did I need to launch the game again? Yeah, that's probably why. seriously, what's the point of you being... What's the point of creating that character if I can't use it for this?
I am back.
It wasn't gone nearly long enough for us to kill him in Barry's body.
Nope, not at all. So anyway, so Nintendo was adamant about a very, very large, campaign to advertise this game.
You mean Sony?
Yeah, Sony. Sorry, I got distracted because I had to fucking leave. Anyway. But yeah, a huge campaign to advertise this. And they were the first reveal of the game was at this small game, not con, presentation show, I guess. It was headed by your boy from God damn it, the Game Awards, Freely.
Yeah, Keeley.
Keeley, yes. And pretty much it was there to show off that everything was procedurally generated, everything was randomized, everything in the game.
Which is a blessing and a curse. You know, it could go well or it could go bad.
Yeah. But now, this is... Enter E3.
Okay, Dad.
Oh, you have to go?
I do have to go. There is dinner.
Damn.
But I will go watch the engoodening of No Man's Sky later.
Oh, okay. So he'll get it. So Jason, it's just you and me, so please pay attention, please.
Got it. I am...
Later.
So anyway. So, this is where we stumble across the first problem. Because Sean Murray... Sean Murray was the one chosen to go on stage and do all these interviews about the game. This was the first mistake. Sean Murray is a game designer. Sean Murray is a technical guy. Sean Murray is an introvert. Meaning he does not like to interact with people if he can avoid it. You know?
These days, I can't really blame him.
So imagine you're an introvert like Sean Murray, and you have to go on stage at E3, TV and freaking live stream cameras aimed at you from every angle, hot studio lights beaming down onto your face in front of hundreds of thousands of people. You would want to hold your breath until you exploded just to get out of it. And this is where one of the main problems is. See, all this hype that's centered around No Man's Sky that came from this advertising campaign overhypes the game a lot. Remember, this is Hello Games. All they made was this small, tiny motorcycle game before. Now, it's being advertised that No Man's Sky is like this big, fucking AAA title coming from a new developer team. You know?
Yeah.
But people don't really know that. That's the problem. People don't know that. They think, oh, this is going to be a AAA game. They don't know the history of Hello Games or Sean Murray or any of the other devs. They don't know that Sony is basically twisting their arms to freaking hype this game up as hard as they could. Another problem being that with Sean being an introvert, he kind of stutters and dances around his words and stuff like that. So when he's talking, it looks like, especially after the game's release, it looks like he's lying to people's faces and trying to come off as not lying, you know?
Yeah.
So pretty much, yeah. So pretty much, so they promise all of this stuff. Oh, promised in air quotes. Promised in very thin air quotes. That there will be online multiplayer. There'll be different jobs that you can do. Different types of jobs that you can have in the game. Different planets to explore. Stuff like that. Sand planets like Dune. And swamp planets. And different biome planets. You know?
See.
Turns out none of this really is confirmed. None of it. What it is that Sean doesn't really have a way of communicating when under pressure. So, here's an example. If, say, you ask Sean the question, can you customize your character in this game? Sean would reply, kinda, yeah. You know? Not a full, straight answer.
Yeah.
Here is where gamer news outlets suck. Here's how things should go. Can you customize your character in this game? Oh, yeah, kinda.
Oh, I heard this story before.
Yeah. This
like when it came out, you can't really customize shit.
No, you heard this part at least. Can you fully customize your character in this game? Oh, yeah, kinda. Well, okay, you said kinda, so maybe, maybe not. No, but in reality, it works like this. Can you fully customize your character in this game? Can you fully customize your character in this game? Kinda. Fully customizable characters confirmed. News outlets, man, can't... I fucking hate them, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's mostly their fault that things get overhyped in the first place, you know?
Yeah. I get you.
So, all this stuff was revealed for the game. All of this stuff. All this stuff was promised, in air quotes. And... God. Oh, God. Eventually, it reached a point where they had to delay the game for 3 months, and then when they were creeping up on their delay time, the game still wasn't finished.
Yeah.
It was missing things that were promised, and there were bugs out of this world. One of the more prevalent ones being that if you pre-ordered the game, you would get a ship that comes with a hyperdrive. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
It isn't. Because in order to finish the tutorial for the game, you have to craft a hyperdrive. You can't craft one if you already have one, meaning if you pre-ordered the game and have this ship, you are now stuck on this planet, the starting planet, and you cannot get off.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
They were not given time to fix any of these problems, and the game suffered because of it. And that's when everything went absolutely tits up. Because Sean Murray was getting death threats, all the devs at Hello Games were getting death threats, Sony was getting death threats, and that's when they pretty much pushed Hello Games under the bus and said, "Oh, don't look at us, it was Hello Games that didn't really have a marketing plan." Bitch, it was your fucking plan. God. So what do you think Sean Murray and the team did after this point, after the game's disastrous release? Jason.
What did they do? What'd they do?
I'm asking you what you think they did.
I don't know.
Well, they couldn't exactly go online and apologize because that would be met with rage and hate. They couldn't go on there and say they needed some more time because that would be met with rage and hate. They couldn't go on there and say that this was their plan all along because that would be met with rage and hate. Pretty much everything they could do to apologize or say anything other to the media would lead to criticism and hate. Wow. So Sean Murray, this fucking mad lad genius, here's what he did. He compiled all the criticism and threats and stuff like that, put them in folders, separating them from the rest of the team, found the bits that people were most excited for and looking forward to that made them angry, made a list of the things that people wanted from this game, poured in the money earned from game sales into the game, told all of his co-workers to stay off social media, to stay off of YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, even their own emails.
Thanks.
And work their ass off so that they could patch all of this and fix as much as they could.
Yeah.
Pretty much, they ghosted the entire world.
Wow. That's ridiculous.
Yep. Here's what happened. People thought they took the money and ran. When in actuality, they took the money to fix the freaking game. Not fix it, to finish it. And what they ended up doing was fixing at least 85% of the bugs, and added, I believe, 4 to 5 expansions now, adding new content to the game. Turning what was once a dumpster fire of a release and game to now one of the highest rated games on Steam.
That's crazy.
On Steam, on PlayStation, it even brought it to Xbox.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Crazy. And Sean Murray? Well, good old Shawnee boy got over his, his introvertedness and did a whole fucking TED Talk speech on stage in front of hundreds of thousands of people explaining everything.
Wow.
I said it before, I'll say it again. Absolute mad lad. And that's all that I have on my notebook. So it's a shame the other Kyle couldn't stay for the rest of this, but, we understand, we get it. And, Jason, you were a bit preoccupied, but I understand that, too. But
yeah, sorry.
We pretty much gone through what we needed to go through.
And I was listening in my defense.
Yeah, but I was hoping for a little more engagement in the conversation other than me rambling on about these topics, because it's not my show, it's our show,
I know.
Either way, this has been Slice of Life, and thank you guys for either checking us out, or if you've been here for the long haul, thank you for stopping by. Jason, any words to sign off on?
No, not today.
Of course not, because you're busy with freaking Blender.
Well, the one thing I gotta say is if you're looking for a free character creation app or whatever, good luck.
Alright. Either way, thank you guys so much for stopping